Today we're going to be changing the oil in a 2007 Chevy Cobalt. This has a 2.2 liter Ecotec engine. It's a little bit dirty. Here's all the tools that you're going to need for the job. A funnel, 5 quarts of 5W30 oil, oil filter, placement drain plug and gasket, safety glasses, dog bone tool, or a 13mm wrench for the drain plug. Gloves, of course. An extension, a universal joint, a 32mm socket. You can find these at AutoZone. I'll post a link in the description. You will need this exact one for this oil filter. A ratchet, a screwdriver to get the gasket off of the oil filter canister. So we're going to start with the car on ramp stands. I've got my handy work light down here. And then our oil pan is going to be right under the drain plug of the engine. You don't have to worry about having this under the oil filter because the oil filter's on top of this car. So you guys are probably going to want to find your oil filter first. Take the oil cap off and your cover will come off. Just straight up. Set it where it won't get... Put that back on. So the oil filter is right here. That guy. You're going to need that special 32mm socket and extension with the swivel to get it past your intake manifold here. A regular socket will not fit on here. Here's the right setup you want on the ratchets. You want ratchet, extension, then the swivel, and that special socket. I'll have a link to all of these tools in the description, especially this so you can find it much easily. So you just want to start off by breaking the filter cap free a little bit and very slowly twist it off with the ratchet. It won't come all the way out with the socket on it. Alright, so with our drain pan ready, we're going to loosen up this drain plug. Got a 15mm socket on here. Just kind of loosen it up enough just to get it by hand in a second. This is going to come out really slow because the car hasn't been driven, it hasn't been started, it's kind of just sitting here. Just get that plug out and catch it all. Alright, so let's check out this oil filter. Got your filter media with the little gasket on the top. And there's supposed to be a gasket in there. What it's supposed to look like. So once the oil stops dripping, we're going to take our new drain plug with the new gasket installed on it and thread it just hand tight, nice and slow, so you don't strip it with the new plug. And it's still a 15mm socket on there. So we're just gonna hand tighten this. Actually, I lied, that's a 13 now. And right there it bottoms out. We just want another quarter of a turn. Hand tight. Don't strip your pan. So we're going to take this old oil filter out now that it's loosened. I like to get a towel in here, keep all the oil from getting everywhere. Just kind of tuck it up like a burrito from Taco Bell. Alright, there we go. Take your filter off. And then for the gasket, you could use your screwdriver, or I've just been changing oil so long I know how to squeeze it and pull the old gasket off. Flip that over, let it drain for a sec. Clean up your hands, and we'll prep this new oil filter with a new glove. So the priming of this oil filter is different from the canisters. You aren't going to pour this freely into here. Just lubricate your gasket. You could either stick it in the oil can or tilt it. Once it's lubed, you're just going to throw it on that bottom ring of the filter cap. Then take your oil filter, press it, twist it onto there. Just like that. So our new filter is going to go in here. Just like that. Make sure that your towel does not get in there. That would be the worst thing ever, pretty much. And just tighten this down by hand first, then you can tighten it down later with a torque wrench to make sure you got the right torque on it. Too much will break it. Not enough will leak. So just torque it down to 15 foot-pounds, okay? So now that our drain plug is tight and the new filter is torqued down, we can go ahead and pour in our 5 quarts of 5W30 oil. These long funnels might work better because the hole, it's kind of got some weird stuff going in there. It's a little hole instead of a bigger hole. My bigger funnel just won't stay, neither will this one, but at least it's deep enough in there. So we're going to do a slow pour for this one. Oopa. That's kind of why we're doing a slow pour. So once the oil's in, you can take out your funnel and put your oil cap back on. You can put the cover on if you want to, but I like to check for leaks. You want to check for leaks here, along this edge, then underneath by your drain plug. I'm going to clean this off a little bit of brake clean too in here just so I could see it better. But my rule of thumb, I watch this for 30 seconds and see to make sure that no oil is coming out in here. I'm going to shine a flashlight at it for 30 seconds. And then downstairs at the drain plug, you just look at it for a second. It would have already came out. It would already be dripping if it was leaking, okay? So, alright guys, so in the Cobalt, to reset the oil change light, you got your key in your ignition. Turn it 2 clicks forward so your accessories turn on. You hear the AC in the background, kind of feels nice. So, with the key in the accessory position, we're going to smack the brake pedal 3 times. And that should reset our oil change light. Then we're going to start the car. The exhaust needs to be fixed. It's quite loud and smells, but it's got oil pressure. Does not say change oil anymore, so we're good to go there. We can shut it back down. But if you're like me and you want to check, I'm going to yell at you because this exhaust is quite loud. The leak is up here in the manifold. It's blowing at me, really. We're just going to watch this filter for 30 seconds and make sure that we don't have oil leaks. I clean it up with brake clean and a metal wire brush. That's it for today. Stay tuned for other videos on the Cobalt.